Hello friends, welcome to Explore YouTube channel. Today in this tutorial video we will be going to learn about HR analytics which quite have a significant impact on your salary because many of us might not have been heard about it. What is Compa Ratio and how we calculate it as per market salary range, as well as what is the significance of anchor point and how we can calculate it as per median, and then afterwards what is the main purpose of goal seek as well as name manager trick for fast calculation. Then we'll be going to learn about hard coding numbers which can produce instant result, along with how we can find out hard coding numbers formula or text. Let's go to the Compa Ratio spreadsheet, and here you can see I have already prepared some hypothetical data which has provided some info. Now you can see here in the A column up to D column that I have provided market salary range where the performance grade is being displayed in A column, and then B, C, D has mentioned the maximum salary, mid salary, and minimum salary point. These are the salaries being set as per performance grade in the market. And over here underneath you can see if you are the boss of your company or you are working somewhere, you can find out how HR has impact on your salary. This will help you to know about your salary status. So you can see here, I have employee name over here in the B column underneath the employee name designation. In the second column, I have designation, only three designation being used: accountant, professor, and administrator. And they have different base salary, as well as they have got their performance rating of yearly here in E column. And then these are rest of the things we are going to calculate by knowing what is compa ratio. Then we will move to these columns where we will be able to know if we are not using this market salary range, then how we can calculate it as per median. If you do not want to use pivot tables and wanted to make it more handful by using it manually, so you can have more information at the same time, then you can use this median as per salary. And for this we have to go through couple of calculations over here. What is compa ratio? Means compensation metric that compares the salary an employee is paid to the midpoint of the salary range for their position or similar position at other companies. It reveals how far an employee pay is from the market midpoint. If an employee has a compa ratio of 100%, they would be considered right at market. This helps employers to determine are they appropriately compensating their employees. Over here, we have a market salary range where maximum salary displays where the most experienced employee is getting more salary depending on the performance they have provided during their tenure. And in the midpoint might be employees who are qualified as per their experience and they have proficient skills which match to the performance, and that's why they fall in midpoint salary range. And in the minimum salary range, employees those who are new to the job, those who are inexperienced, they have less skills, they fall in minimum salary range as per the performance rating. You can see here in the F column I have only mentioned midpoint salary range, means I am going to display the salary against the performance rating. So for this we'll be going to use VLOOKUP formula, and you can see here it's been asking for lookup value, which is this, and you have to put comma, and now we will be selecting the range because the second process is to select the table array, and we have selected the range, then comma. And you can see here in VLOOKUP it's always goes from left to right, so this is the first column, second column, and third column. So my midpoint salary is being displayed in third column, so I put 3 comma and 0 to get exact match. You have to lock this range by selecting this, then pressing the function button and F4, or either you can directly press the F4 button and hit enter. Click over here, double click here, and you will get midpoint salary against the performance rating. So right now this employee who is designated as accountant, he has a base salary of 75,000 and getting performance rating of 5, but over here in midpoint, the 5 in the market is getting 68,000. So this will help us to do calculations of Compa ratio. Equal to sign, base salary has to be divided by midpoint salary and then hit enter. Now we will double click over here. We click in the E column, we go to insert, and then we go to symbol. And side symbol, click insert, and then again we click on the downside and click insert, and then we click close. The main purpose of these arrows symbols to be used is to understand which employee is getting more salary against the midpoint, so we will be immediately able to know the real status of Compa ratio. So we will be using if formula over here. If map base salary greater than midpoint salary, then what happens? And display upside arrow, which means the salary is higher than the midpoint, and downward if the salary is less than the midpoint, and we will be using text formula, which will help us to display this Compa ratio along with the arrow, comma, 0.0%, double quotes closed, parenthesis closed, hit enter, and now you just double click here. You can see employee who is the administrator, he is getting $30,000 as a base salary against a midpoint which is $40,000, means he's getting less than the midpoint, and there are chances that this person get shifted to another company for getting higher salary. This will affect on the attrition rate of the company when they are going to calculate the monthly, quarterly, 6 months or yearly attrition rate. What is anchor point and how it can impact with market salary range? So going back to comparison, as you can see here, friends, I have prepared this hypothetical data where the comparison less than 80%, 80 to 90%, 90 to 110%, then 110 to 120%, and you can see here it's going greater than 120% because comparison lies between 80 to 120%. And here we have rating, performance rating from 5 up to 1. And friends, now the real purpose of these percentages is means if somebody is following 5 rating, he's getting 120% increase if he's less than 80%, and as per 5 he's getting 200% increase. Similarly, who's falling in 80 to 90%, how much he'll be getting as per 110%, and as per performance, that is 5 as per 200%. So for instance, if I am giving 2% increase to an employee, so we have to find out as per 110% how much employee get as a percentage in our hypothetical data equal to sign this times with 110%, enter. Now friends, you can see we have got percentage and we have to minimize it up to two numbers only. So what we will do here is we have to lock the cell here, click in front of K6, and we hit F4, then hit again, and this time dollar sign in front of K6, and we click in front of in J2 and then hit F2 again, and now we have locked the row. Drag this to left and you can see it has provided right information. Similarly, we will going over here, this times with 90%, and right now we have to lock the cell properly. F4, hit twice, hit again, and then lock L2 with row, and now drag it and you get right information. Similarly, we have to do it over here. We lock K6 and then drag it up. Similarly, we times this with 50%, and lock this cell K6, so we get right calculation when it gets shifted to next cell. Because right now we are not providing 0% who is getting 1 rating, who is getting 2 rating, he's getting 50% increment, who is getting 3, getting 100%, and so on. Similarly over here, who is falling in under less than 80%, they will be getting 120%, and who is doing very well, greater than 120%, they will be getting only 80% increment. So friends, we have done this, and now we just need to drag this down. Then we select this and drag it up. Similarly, we drag this up and drag this down. Now you have got all the percentages depending on the performance rating. The reason being, this is the anchor point. If I change this to 3, then you see all the things, all the percentages are being changed as per the anchor point, because this anchor point is going to help us to find Compa Ratio grouping. And how we can do this? If G15 is less than 80%, then display I3, then display I3. If G15 is less than 90%, then display A3. If G15 is less than 110%, then display 90 to 110%. If G15 is less than 120%, then display L3. Else, if it is greater than 120%, then display M3. And now we'll be going to use parenthesis closed 4 times, 1 3 1 2 3. These information cells need to be locked over here in a formula. So we're doing F4 over here, and now we hit enter and double click here. You can see here we got right information up to Z. So what happens over here, how we can calculate the merit suggestions? These anchor points tells us if somebody's getting 5% performance rating and he's falling over here, then he should get 5.40% increment as per the Compa Ratio performance rating. Equals index this against what? Against the match formula of we are looking for this, but where we are looking for this over here, and then again we are using match formula, and then put comma and 0 for exact match, comma, again we are using match formula, because this rating needs to be displayed against the grouping, which means we have to click over here in the grouping cell and then put comma and select this range from I3 up to M3, comma, 0 for exact match. You can see this. I have logged this range with dollar signs, as well as this range over here in match formula from H4 to H8, as well as this horizontal range of I3 to M3, because once you get shifted to next cell, it won't get mixed up with another cell and you won't get answer. So double click over here, you can see right now the merit suggestion has provided right percentage of increment. Now what we have to do is equal to sign over here, base salary has to times with the merit suggestion of percentage, and hit enter, and you can see here if this accountant is going has salary increment, it would be around $4,050. Now calculate total salary over here, and base salary plus the salary increment, and hit enter. So that's how you can prepare a HR Compa Ratio in order to find out as per market salary range that how you have to calculate compa ratio, the status to know upwards or downwards. Then you have to find out the grouping where you have to be, where you get full, and then accordingly you get merit suggestion percentage. Because if I change this anchor point to 2%, and you can see here my answers also change over here automatically, and I do not have to worry about such things. But friends, there is a lot of things you still need to know about this. And for that, if you are not following this market salary range as a midpoint, then how you can calculate median as a salary as per salary? And for this, we'll be using COUNTIV's formula. This will help us to know how many accountants who are falling in one rating, how many professors and administrators so on, and accordingly we'll be able to know the numbers exactly who falls as per their ratings. We put equal to sign over here and using count ifs, and for this we have to select the designation of the person, then put comma over here. It has to be matched with our designation written over here, put comma, then we have to select the performance rating, and it has to match with our rating over here. So we can select get right calculations and hit enter, and we lock first this range F4, and this has to be locked with cell because to remain with the cell. Then we select this next range, lock with F4, and then this P2, and we have to lock the row number and then hit enter. Now you can see here, if I drag this up to 5, you will be able to know how many accountants, those who have got 1 rating, they are 2, those who have got 2 rating, they are 2, how many accountants, those who have got 3 rating, they are 1. And then we drag it down and we get right data instantly. Starting this calculations equals sum median. Now we are going to use if formula. If this accountant designation up to the last employee name equals to our employee name, and now we are using again if formula. If this rating provided in the database of all the employees equals to our performance rating, then get me the sum and median against the designation as per rating. Now you can see here friends, we have used three formulas, sum, median, if. So we have to use close parenthesis for 5 times, and we have to lock this range by entering F4, and we have to lock this cell by pressing F4, and then we have to lock this range as well with F4, and we have to lock this row of P8 and lock this range as well. The real purpose of locking this range is as per the hold table array, cell lock or range row lock, so that when we shift it to next cell, it won't get the fault answer. It provides us the precise answer. Now you can hit enter and hit yes again. You can see we won't get the right answer as we would like to have. So what we have to do is we have to just select all the formula. We have to select the whole formula and press Ctrl Shift Enter simultaneously. Now drag this down and drag it to the right side, and drag it to the right side. You get right answer immediately. This means, friends, let me do a little simulation with you. There, how many accountants those who have got 1 rating? So right now we have to see there are only 1 accountant over here who has got 1 rating, and the another accountant who has got 1 rating should be over here. Yeah, here. So he has a got base salary of 70,000 and he has a got base salary of 55,000. So we have to add up these two salaries and divide it by 2, and accordingly we get a median 62,500 over here. Similarly, those accountants, those who are getting performance rating of 2, their salaries got add up and then we get the median. We have to bring up this over here, but how we can do this? We will be using index match again like we have used earlier. Equals index equal index this range table array, comma, match this with a accountant range, comma, match, comma, 0 for exact match. Then again we'll be using match function, and this time we would like to match this performance rating with a performance rating and 0 for exact match. And we put parenthesis to close this. Here we have to lock the range, then we have to select this range, F4 for locking it, then select this range, F4 to lock it, and now just double click over here, you get the right answer. Now we will be getting a Compa Ratio. Now the next step is how to use name manager. So what first to use name manager, I select the whole column of base salary, and then I go to formula, and over here in creates from selection, and then I just need top row because I need the base salary heading as well. So I click OK. Now I select this whole range and go to formula, and over there create from selection, click on top row, OK. And now I come to over here to calculate the comparisons, because last time we are using base salary divide by midpoint salary, but over here we are using median as per salary and then hit enter. But now we are using another way. We are base is a heading of the salaries column, and it's in the worksheet. Double click over there, has to be divided with the median. So I just present median and as per salary, this is a heading, and click OK. And then I just go over here in the home tab, change it to the percentage, and then just double click over here. So friend, that is the benefit of how we can use name manager instantly, calculations instantly. Now we have to find out the status, like we have find out over here the person is getting more or less as per the median of the salary. To calculate this, we just go over here, select the whole formula, copy it, hit enter, come over here, paste it, and you can now what you have to do is you just need that this is the cell which has to be greater than this cell. So I just change this cell from F to O 15, and then my compa ratio has to be changed from G15 to P15, and then I hit enter. Earlier, the base salary of the accountant is 75,000, but as per company median, the salary is 80,000. So it means the person, this accountant is getting lesser salary as per median of the company of same rank. We get right information instantly. Now we have to find the grouping over here. So what we do is we just click over here, we select the whole formula, copy it, enter, come over here, paste it, and just change this cell, this compa ratio of P15, and we come over here and change it to this. Then I come over here and drag it from here to P15, then come here and drag it over here. Yes, the formula is right. So we have done the grouping instantly, and now we have to find the merit suggestion depending on this. So what we will do is we will go back to the merit suggestion. We just select the whole formula, copy it, and paste it over here. Now we just need to change the cell references, and how we can do this is grouping. We just change this cell from here to here, and for performance rating it is as it is, and hit enter. Here it has been changed to 4% because earlier it was 3.60%. For reason being the performance lies in the grouping of 90 to 110%, and it is over here. So we just double click over here, and now you can see here we get all the information instantly. Now what we have to do is we just need to select the merit suggestion whole column, and we have to go to formulas and create selection and click on top row and OK. And now here equal sign is salary is in the worksheet. This worksheet has to times with merit suggestions. So I just mentioned the first few words of the heading and double click over there and hit enter, and now you can just double click here, and to get total salary plus this salary increment and hit enter, and double click here to get the right answer. I hope you understand this until here, because right now we are going to calculate how we can use goal seek. To understand goal seek, friends, we have a little example. A company has profit of 1 million, that is 10 lakh, and salary budget means how much ratio out of the budget a company wanted to spend on the increment of the employee's salary. So for instance, if company would like to increase here the salary budget, then what we have to do is we click over here in this cell of H11, then we go to data and then go to data validation. Here click on list and here select this range. Now you can see here if somebody's if boss is if boss would like to increase 7%, 7% increment, then how much it would be. So equals this profit times with 7%. This tells us the 70,000 is 7% of 1 million. Boss would like to know how much spend he has made up to right now, depending on the calculations of Compa Ratio and median. So here we'll be using sum, and sum of the increment of this whole column, $37,065. So what would be the gap? The gap is this minus this, and you can see here the company has decided to spend 7% of profit for salary increment this year, but still they are just increasing only $37,065 only. Then how they can fulfill this? We click in this cell L12, we go to data and then we go to what if analysis, and here click on goal seek. Now you can see here the set cell is L12. The value should be 0 because we would like to spend the whole $70,000 in increment by changing what? By changing here. So we click OK, and then you can see here it has got 0 answer. And the moment I use this goal seek, it has increased. Earlier I was using only 2%. You can see here I did Control Z. Earlier I was using only 2%, so I go back again over here and hit OK. And you can also see here over here the increment has also increased, the salary has also increased in increment, and the $70,000 is going to spend this year for salary increment. That's how you can use GoalSeek for your advantage to get instant answers. But friends, somehow the company would like to spend 1% more on salary increment. So how we can add this over here? This cell H12, copy it, then we select this merit suggestion column until the last employee name, and then we go to pay special, and here in pay special we just click on add and click on OK. So now you can see here the ratios has also changed. If I click over here, you can see here in the formula where I got my suggestions from this table array. Now it has added 0.01 as a percentage of 1%, and it has increased up to 9% now. If I can do Control Z over here, you can see the last value was 7.55%. So friend, we have comes up to the last step of this sheet, where we'll be going to select the whole data, which help us to know what data is hard coded or what data is in formula or text form. Is in home tab over here, go to find and select, and go to special. Here click on formulas, and then untick text and click on OK. So you can see here all the values which are now displayed in sky blue color formulas being used over here. But how we will be able to know which calculations are not formulas? So we select this back, the whole data, and then we go to here, go to special, and this time we go on constants, and we click OK. As these are hard coded text and numbers being filled manually. So friends, you can see here we have used these six formulas: VLOOKUP, nested if, dollar reference, index match, COUNTIFs, sum median. Helps you to get more better knowledge if you don't know any better than this before. I hope you like this video, friends. Please like, share, and subscribe Explore YouTube channel so I can bring up more video for you. Thank you for watching this video.